so much?
Because his claims are ridiculous. Because the idea that God would use him as an instrument of his will to spread the word of a new Messiah is ridiculous. How can people believe that the Creator would choose a simple fisherman to articulate his message? No. He would choose a man who knew a world outside of a fishing village. Not a man who spreads lies about an imposter, Jesus, but a man who can add beauty and power and truth to his message. A man like...
Saul, why do you persecute me?
Who are you?
Whom you persecute?
You're unstable because of the way you've been doing this, right? Like you're picking the wrong projects for the wrong reasons, right? It's like you're picking them to say, do that because that'll make me so much money, so much a month, and it's easy, and I'll just put it together and I won't have to worry about it. And when you get into it, it takes a lot of time and it's not as much as you want, and you get out of them because they're going to fail, and that's what this thing is here, right? Like, yeah, and then you're trying all these different projects, and it's killing you. All these projects are slow. Every time you got to restart and do a program, you're 20% less or 4% less excited about it, right? And it's going to kill you if you keep doing that, right? I mean, what it'll do is you'll end up just being this. You'll just, you'll find stable work and you'll just work, but that's not you, and that's why I'm showing you here. This is how perfect this works. Okay, so these are the cards that were up there. This is you up there, remember? Like this was your character. So you get this epiphany. It lights you up like, oh fuck, this is how this is what I'm doing wrong, and so you find this new type of project. It could be a business, it could be, and I'm not even going to say, right, because it's going to come out of you, and you're going to care for it. And this is with the card, caring. That's part of you, right? I mean, it's not like caring for babies, it's like caring for your project. You're going to take care with this thing, and that's why that is in you, right? And then, when you start this business, it's going to be, paycheck to paycheck, let's say, it's going to be austere. But this is why when you're younger, you're the steady Eddie, right? Like you can weather all these storms because when you were younger, you knew how to make things work, right? Isn't that wild? And then, yeah, why did I fucking have kind of a scrapper life? I mean, it's not like you were in fist fights every day, but you grew, you have a set of balls on you, right? Like you're not a pansy, I don't think, right? I mean, I know you're not a pansy. So that's you. And why was I like this, man? Because this is why. You see it? Because you gotta fucking scrap for this, whatever this is gonna be, right? Whatever that's gonna be, you had to get hard done by, or you had to get, tough. because this is what's you're gonna be fucking, killing it, because you're tough. A snowflake couldn't do that, right? Snowflake wouldn't do that. He'd have to start over again. And the hardship that you're gonna have to endure when putting this new project in place, when you're young, you knew how to make mayonnaise sandwiches, or you knew how to, you know what I mean? Like, you're stable, you're a survivor, and you make yourself comfortable, but you had to learn that to go through this. You had to be that to be caring about your business. You had to be a scrapper, because you're going to have to fight for this thing, and you're going to win. And look at it. It's not like you're fighting in your defeat. You're happy, man. Like, this is your world, right? Because you're this guy. When you're a young guy, you were just, you had to do the same attitude that you have to do when you're a man. And when you do this, you're going to be smiling, because it's like, fuck yeah, these guys, they haven't had the upbringing I had, so I'm able to knock them out, right? Isn't that wild? I don't mean fucking say it again, you're gonna fucking get an epiphany, and you saw me put these cards down, right? And this fucking thing was upside down, right? I mean, usually it's like this, and oh shit, man, okay, so you're gonna be in, and I wonder what you're gonna do. But no, this is, you're gonna fucking wake up like, fuck, this is what I need to do. And you're gonna contemplate this thing with care. You see that? And that's why that card up there, that's why this part of you was in you, because this is gonna help you really be meticulous with this new project, right? And you had to learn it when you were young. It had to be in you. And then, getting this project done, it's going to be mayonnaise sandwiches, but you already know how to do that, because you fucking know how to, you're not it's nothing to you to go through tough times, man, because I'm solid as a rock, and and then the fact that you were a scrapper, and you know what I mean by scrapper, like you didn't take any shit. You knew how to, you knew how to ask for what you want, and you're a warrior, man, and that's what you're gonna do. That's why you were hard done by when you were young, because this is who you're gonna be. And then when you're doing this, it's gonna be fun to you, man, because these guys are fucking, the adversaries or the problems that you have to overcome, they're easy because you've done them. This is normal for you. So this is your life, man. This is your life. Isn't that awesome? And it's perfectly balanced. It's perfectly set up for what you're in the pocket of right now, right? And then, okay, so I already opened these cards, and I'm going to do it again because I might not have had my camera on, okay? So I pulled 4 more cards in, right? Because there was no conclusion to this, right? That's just defeat. But what is it, right? So this is, and I'm saying, okay, I think what this is how you get here, right? So this is what, oh wait, I'm going to say it like here. This is what wakes you up. And I would actually, wait a minute. Let's just say, yeah, this is what wakes you up. And this, okay, is the big idea that you're contemplating here. Okay, so let's just put this up here. You see it? So, okay. So this is how you get to this. You're awakening, right? So you have a you have an opportunity, right? Like the the moon is kind of like your content, like you're going inside yourself, right? Like, okay, how do I do that? How do I get this, right? And it's been set up for you, right? And so you're going into you're reaching down and saying, okay, what's happening here, right? What is happening here? And you incubate, right? Like you incubate for a while until you figure this thing out, right? And it's a process. So you go deep inside yourself, you contemplate why am I like this? Who am I, And I'm telling you, I mean, this could be you, me, right? You, me. I've been there. Like, here's the moon. Like, see here, this yellow dog, yellow moon, like, I'm going to bark at you. Like, this is what I saw when I was like that, Of course, I didn't have, I wasn't as tough as you. I mean, you'd teach me a lot about being tough. But I'm saying, this is it. This is how the moon works. This is how you get into this is how you get into your heart, right? See how this dog is like the moon, like it's the representative of going in deep, right? And then you're going to do that because I'll show you how to find how to find your where is it? How this is going to come out of you, right? So I'll tell you, and then I don't care. You look at it, and then maybe someone else will come to you and tell you. I don't care, but someone's going to say, "This is how it works, man." And you're this dog. This is how you get in there. This is how you find this out. This is how and you'll shut down, but you'll have power, right? See, you're going to contemplate the universe now. Like, what am I going to do, right? But now you got these powers. You see how big those swords are? So this is just like a hold steady right now, because you're about to get delivered your purpose, right? And then boom. See it? There's the purpose. It comes out of the universe. It just comes to you. No one gives you a book or anything like that. It just comes to the universe, and they said, "Here it is, man. You were looking for this. Here it is," because you went inside yourself to figure it out, right? And that's you. And that could be me, man. I don't care. Or it couldn't be me, right? It could be somebody else. But someone is going to help you at least get inside your dark, not your dark spot, but your insides, Like, how do you figure this out? And you're going to get this idea because you're going to sit and contemplate. But this time you got power, you got power. And you'll be sitting there like, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And I'm waiting, right? And it'll come to you. And that's what's going to give you this contemplation. See it? The stick, it's going to come out of the unit. It's an idea. And then it's going to, you're going to take the care, which, you have in you. And then guess what? Guess what, man? Right? The card. All right, so let's just say, man, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. So, yeah, this is your idea. You defeat, you get it ready, and look at you. Look at you, right? Fucking rich man, nice rich garments, plenty of cash, plenty of Bitcoin down there. Everything's balanced. Your life's in harmony, right? And think of this, man. Think of this. It was, you were cut out. Remember this? This was you. Here, I'm just going to get it like here so I can. Fucking scrapper. Right? Like, this is you when you started. Right? This is your, like, you were trained to be this. Right? You're trained to be this. And the reason why you're trained to be this is because this is going to happen to you. You know, this is going to happen to you. You know, you had to be a scrapper. I'm just doing it over and over so you can remember this. You know, you had to be a, you had to know how to make ends meet, right? You knew you had to be you had to be a carer to get that. You see that? And the reason why you had to be those things when you were a kid is because, you needed to, where's that guy that's fighting? Oh, he's fighting up there. Yeah, so you had to endure this next journey. Let's just say it's a journey. Because I don't know what you're going to be doing, right? And you'll figure that out, because this is this is your next step, right? And I'll show you how to get in the moon, right? How to get into your heart and really get a passion for what you want to do, right? And see that? Like here, you and I are fucking, we dog fight. We're two fucking dogs that sniffed each other's asses on Telegram, and we fought. That's how dogs meet, right? So there we met. And so now we're going to talk, right? Like, I've been in that moon all the time. So this is what, this is how the moon works, and this and that. And you'll get this idea, and it's the power that you have here. You're going to get the power because you'll know how to do it, right? Boom, boom. And you'll sit and contemplate, and this thing's going to pop up. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that awesome? You're going to be contemplating, like, what am I fucking going to do? But this time when you're contemplating, you're going to have these power sticks, like how to do it, right? I'm going to wait for this with confidence, right? And it'll pop up. That's your stick. That's the thing that you're going to be stroking over here with care. And then look at it, and this is it, man. This is your last card. Okay, so instead of having this life here, what you're doing now, this is gonna be you. Like, you're gonna fucking, and I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, when you get to that point, right, when you finally sit and you got there, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, that's why my life was like that, right? And you're gonna say, that's why I had to be a scrubber. That's why I had to eat mayonnaise sandwiches, and that's why I have this like meticulous caring about me, right? And your life's not over yet, This is just stage one, right? I mean, okay, so you got it. Fuck, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. It'll take as long as it takes. But you're gonna make it, and you'll be a young guy, rich young guy. Because you were cut out for it, man, and you had to get cut out to get here. But you're gonna find you're gonna get an epiphany, like, this is what I got to do, right? And there you have it, man. And so you're at this point here. You're at that point there, and maybe you're gonna get this. Maybe this is now. Or whatever. Your next step is this. And I'm gonna show you how to reach in there and find out your how to generate that passion. And you sit and wait, and it's gonna come to you. I'm not gonna give it to you. It's not gonna be handed to you. It's gonna come. It's an idea. It's going to come in your head. You're gonna, and that's going to set you off, man. And this is the end result. You're going to be a young rich guy because you figured it out, and it still isn't over, right? So you're going to be this rich guy, tough. You can do anything you want, and then you still got another fucking round that has things to do with, women and kids. I'm going to show you, man. I'm going to show you. want to show you. So this doesn't end, right? This is your one. This is what you asked, right? This is what's going to happen to you, and that's why you met me, right? That's why we got in a fight, and that's why it happened that way, because you wouldn't have came to me if we wouldn't have scrappled, right? And I wouldn't have. No, I mean I would have, but I wouldn't have tried so hard to do a big spread because I want to convince you that it's not bullshit, I mean, these things are like, I mean, I have a friend that's, she's probably 5'4". She's Cambodian, and they told me about 4 years. Some lady told me about 4 years I was going to meet her, and I would be on the fence that I wouldn't want, I wouldn't want a relationship with her because you don't want to be a girlfriend. You don't want to have a girlfriend here in Thailand because when they become girlfriends, man, they become animals. I mean, they dominate your life. So, but she's been with me forever, and I can't get rid of her. I mean, I think she's going to be at my deathbed. But some lady said that, and I said, yeah, well, I'm not interested in a woman, but there she is. And it's not like I drew her here. She just showed up. And that's the same with you. We showed up in the same chat room, and I was being a little, I was being arrogant. You don't like that, right? Like, I'm this fucking arrogant guy. And I do it I do it as a mook. But that's what started us fighting, because you and I are doing this. Where is it? That's us. That's you, and that's me. Because I've been through the moon before. So I'm going to say, this is how you do it, and you're going to do it, and that's going to wake you up. Awesome, isn't it? And well, let's just put it here, man. This is you. This is your destiny. A young, rich guy, and I'm telling you, it's not over. I mean, that's just one part. Like, you'll be going, okay, I got it. I got this, and you're wealthy. You're not that guy with the cup in his hand. You're not this guy anymore. That's not you. This will be you. That won't be you. This is you now, right? And you'll. This won't be you. You couldn't be this guy anymore when you're here, right? You're going to get to this point where you can't. You won't settle for this. You understand? And your fucking life isn't over yet. So you got another fucking chapter, another 2 chapters of some other things you want, like a wife. I don't know. You might want a wife by then. I don't know. But I saw like a fucking like a toddler, right? And so you got that to look forward to, right? So once you get your, you're settled with your business, I think you're going to find a woman, and you're going to be, you might have a kid, but the problem is, man, you're going to be stuck with work. Like, you're going to be a workaholic when you're married to her, and she's going to feel like that you have her at your back, and then in the front of you is a computer, right? Like, you're going to be you're just going to be like a workaholic somehow, even when you're married. And so she's going to feel like you have your back towards her because you're working, and it's not like you fucking have to work that hard anyway, man, but you're going to work that hard because that's, you've been doing it for so long, right? And you're just comfortable being that way. So in the future, remember that, like, you're going to be married and you're going to be on the fucking computer all the time, and your wife is going to be, she won't mention it, but every once in a while you're going to look back at her, right? And you're going to see her as the girl that you loved, and you'll regret, like, oh fuck, I got to get off the computer, right? And that's going to be you. Even that you're successful and you got all this shit, you'll be fucking doing work at night when you should be with your wife, right? And she'll be behind you. And every once in a while you look at her while you're working, or you'll glance off and see her, and you'll see this young girl that you love. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go through everything when I'm doing it, and I'll tell you why I'm doing it, what it does and what I think it does, right? So I'm not sure, like I said, well, I'm going to do this frequency thing on it, and it opens up the, it helps open up, if we're all energy, right? Then these frequencies vibrate energy open, right? Different patterns, right? So I do this to the cards because I think it helps, right? Now do I know it helps? No. So I just do them because I believe that frequencies open things up. If we're all energy, and you put a frequency and it vibrates the energy differently, right? And if you can vibrate it to the point where it's opened, then you get a better chance. So I found this one that brings the energy up. So I'll just do it, and then like I said, I don't know if this really helps, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, so I just do this thing. Big nuts. Check this out. Look. Look at the cards. You see it? Okay, so I'll cut the cards and I'll do a this will be kind of, okay, I will do the big one. But you know, they also say that, like, if you do a ritual, right, like you're gonna you know, the more anal your ritual is, the more in tune you are, because you're showing that you believe you believe in the you know, what you're about to do, because a lot of it has to do with belief too, right? So, you know, I went to this ayahuasca. If you ever heard of these, you know, this drink that you drink, and they'd have these shrines. I mean, they, like, not shrines, but they would just spend a lot of time just putting these you know, these kind of like altars together, right? And that's what it is. It's just like you see it and you say, man, that there's so much time put into that, and then you get this you know, you believe it more, right? And that's what they say this thing with the ritual is. And you know, you just it's meant to get you, you know, tuned in. But for me, like I said, I think these vibrations are important, and it helps open the cards up. So, and like I said, I don't know if it works. And so it's weird. These cards, you know, like, you know, I'm gonna try to explain it like I'm explaining it to a normal guy, right? Like, you know, how do these things work? How do these cards, you know, how do these cards turn out to be right where they're supposed to be? And I've done it before where, like, I redid it. You know, I had like a 3 card, and I'd say, man, I don't like that. Maybe ask it another way, and the same 3 cards would show up. So, you know, I think it has to do with your subconscious, right? Like you, or maybe it's you're projecting these things. You know, if we are in a hologram, right? Have you ever heard of this? Like, we live in a simulation, and that this card, like this card, you know, let's just do here. This card here is already determined by me, right? Like, since this is a hologram, I'll just, what's coming out here when I see it is something I've already imagined, right? Since this is all just a simulation. And maybe that's how it works. You know, we say, man, how does this work? And then we come to discover, yeah, we're living in a simulator, and you are projecting that. You know, you're playing with yourself, because you're just projecting what you know, what's going on in your mind. It's coming, you know. So who knows, man? It's just like, you know, the thing that I look at is, okay, I'm gonna use these cards to help counsel, right? And mostly, you know, like, I don't know, did I tell you the story? No, you should have heard it. But it's like, you know, when you're trying to find, like, they come and they say, you know, they have trouble with their boyfriends or and what you're trying to do is this, they got this thing that they can't say it, but it's in them, you know, like, I shouldn't go with this guy, right? But, you know, they're enamored by different things, and they'll hide it, and you just find that, you know, that little thorn, so to speak, and you know, you flick it, and then they feel it, and they go, oh yeah, that's right, you know, and then they can answer it themselves, right? Like they well, is my boyfriend, is he gonna marry me, and why isn't he marrying me? And then they know it already, but you just you know, the cards will show it, right? And then you can just have them answer it, right? Like, these cards will show, yeah, he's this, and he, you know, works, and and then at the end you say, so why doesn't he want to do it, right? Well, he's not ready to. He's a kid, so that's mostly it, right? I think these cards were meant for counseling, but I've been to places where they predicted. One lady predicted that my friend that I'm here with me now, someone that I'd never expect to meet, and brown skin, younger than you, blah blah blah, and it's her, and I got it recorded, and I was just sitting there probably a year ago, and I said, what the? I said, yeah. I said, not, and I had her listen to the tape, and it just subscribed her to the T, even me sitting on the fence, which I sat on the fence for a long time, because I don't want a wife or girlfriend anymore. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep on doing it until I feel like I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'll do a 7 spread, and then I'll make a photo of it. And then we'll just try to figure out what if anything comes out of these cards. But you say, well, what is this guy? Why does he do this, right? Like he's what's he doing? Why does he do this, right? Okay, and then this card here is like the final card